Hey, it's a good day. Aren't we glad to be here? That's why it's a good day, because any day above ground is better than none at all. I'm so excited to be with you today. Hello, Highland Park. Hello, Detroit. Hello, Facebook family. And hello all the way to even to Japan. How you doing? Today our show is going to be a show of education for you. Education regarding health care. Call somebody. They need to know about this healthcare situation that's coming up for you, as well as you may want to, or you may know somebody that might want to adopt a child, and letting you know how difficult it is or if it's not difficult to do. So we're going to have all of that for you today. So don't go away. And the number to call is at the bottom of the screen. But for those of you that are waiting to write it with your pencil, 313-868-4336. 313-868-4336. Give us a call here. We'd like to know how much you love us. We'd like to take your comments. We'd like to take your questions. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. It's a good day. It's a good day. Yeah. Yeah. Now the rain has gone away. Gone is that thick black cloud that used to mess up my day. No more sitting around having pity party all day. Just like 2 + 2 = 4. I am here to stay. It's so good to me. It's a good day. Hey, it's a good day. To all of you out there that are tuning in with us today, how many of you have considered adoption or thought it was a challenge to adopt? Well, there's so many questions to that, because when I put it on Facebook, somebody said, you know what, I'd like to, but I think I don't qualify. Well, we're going to get to know what all the ins and outs are about adopting. Today we have with us from Spalding for Children. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it. I'm familiar with it because I've had a chance to be on the board as well as the advisory board with Spalding for Children for a couple or more years. And I am honored to have with us the lady that runs the organization and keeps it running so well, the CEO of the company, Miss Addie Williams. How you doing, Addie?
I'm fine.
I'm going to need you to get all the way into the microphone.
All the way in. I'm fine, Ortheia, and thank you for inviting me on your show.
Thank you for being here. Now, let's get into this thing called adoption, because adoption used to be a scary word for a lot of people because they felt like, oh, I'm not going to qualify for it. Why should I even try? Give us the definition of what adoption looks like today.
Oh, anyone who has room in their heart and room in their home can adopt a child. Today, you don't have to make a certain amount of money. Single parents can adopt. We are looking for individuals who can care for children, who can take care of themselves and another child.
Okay, now answer me this question, because adopting a child, is that the same as, or is it different from foster care for a child?
It is different. In foster care, the goal is to return the child to the parent.
Okay.
Once a child's parental rights are terminated, then they become available for adoption. When individuals adopt children, that child becomes theirs as if they were born to them. They are considered the legal parents.
Now, Spalding for Children started because there was a challenge, and I imagine some other agencies are the same way, in getting some children adopted.
Yes, Spalding actually started as an agency that focused on those children who could not be placed by other agencies as an agency that placed the children who were considered unadoptable. And in 1968, would you believe, children under the age of 3, African American children, were considered unadoptable.
Oh my
And
goodness.
if they became available for adoption, 3 and over, that they never were adopted and ended up growing up in foster care. Children who had
Mm.
disabilities, children where there was more than one child to be adopted were considered unadoptable. So in 1968, Warren Spalding and a group of parent advocates decided no child should be considered unadoptable. And
Hmm.
they developed an agency that would focus on those children that society said families would not adopt.
And I imagine also there are the young people that are sisters and brothers that have a challenge in getting to a home because it's so many of them. Is that a part of it too?
That's a part of it as well. Spalding focuses on placing brothers and sisters together. One of the things that we learned after years of working with children who grew up in the foster care system, that their biggest complaint was not being placed with brothers and sisters,
Hmm.
because your parents, after a while, generally die off before the children that they have, and your brothers and sisters are who you have all your life. And for many kids coming into the system, they were separated and they grew up not knowing where their brothers and sisters were. So Spalding made a special effort to keep all brothers and sisters together and placed in one family.
Now, Spalding for Children also does, they do adoption, but you also do foster care.
We do foster care as well. We have a prevention program. We work with parents who may have risk factors for abuse and neglect. We want to work with parents before the stressors of life get to them so that they injure their child.
Mm.
When parents injure children or cannot take care of children and they come into the foster care system, we have families that are licensed to take these children in. And so that's our foster care program. And when children can't be returned to their family of origin and parental rights are terminated, then we place them into adoptive homes. Now, one of the things is many of the children that we place are adopted by their foster parents. And so that
Okay.
can occur as well.
Hmm. Now, what other things are added on or available at Spalding for Children?
Well, Spalding, we always need volunteers. We have children, we have youth and children support groups where we have mentors who come in, and the mentors are board members like yourself, Ortheia. As
Now, the support groups for the children, these are the children that are in the program,
Yes,
or
they
do you pull in people from outside of the program to be in the program with them, or is it just those that are part of the program?
It's just those children who are in our foster care, adoption, or our prevention program, as well as their brothers and sisters.
Okay.
We have mentors who are persons on our board of directors, persons from the community, persons from the business world who will come in and mentor our young ladies. And we have a young men's support group as well, where the
Hmm.
mentors are all young men or men who can serve as role models to our youth.
What are some of the myths about adopting or doing foster care? Because a lot of people have horror stories of foster care and vice versa.
Well, first thing is that the first myth is that you have to make a certain amount of money. We just want to make sure that you're able to care for yourself. So persons who are on Social Security, let's say, are able to adopt. The second one is that you have to have two parents, and that's not true. Single
Mm.
persons can adopt children. The third thing is there are stories about the type of children that are available for adoption. Our children come into the system because they've been abused or neglected. And we work with families as well as our youth to make sure that the family is appropriate for them, they are assessed, and that the children are appropriate for the family.
Hmm.
But one of the things I always tell people is when you have a child, you cannot say who that child will be or what that child will grow up to be. You know how you raise that child. Well, the same thing is for foster kids that come into the system that are adopted. you do and you provide services and love and nurturing to that child, and they grow up like your own. Although there are sometimes our kids have challenges, and we provide support and services to address those challenges. But you always hear about that one horror story
Mm-hmm.
that colors what people think.
Right.
That is by far the exception, just like you hear those horror stories about birth children.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that I admire about Spalding for Children is that how well you and your people work together at Spalding for Children. You have a great staff, and it's a wonderful thing to see because there can be a lot of confusion going on in terms of it's all about the children and not about just about me as an employee or a board member. It's more about the children. So if I keep my mind on the children, then we'll make sure everything else will fall in place.
We have a great staff. We do work as a team. My staff is very committed. You will come to my agency on Saturday and you would think it is Tuesday. There will be staff there. There will be families there, all working together to make sure children have safe and permanent homes. And so we work together as a team, as well as my board. You know, one of the things about my board, and Ortheia knows because she has and is a longtime board member, is that they work with the agency as well. They provide funds for clothing, they work at fundraisers, they serve as mentors. They come to board meetings, they come to Christmas parties, and they are all volunteers. They do not receive any payment for the services they provide.
Right. And mentioning that, therefore, there is a lot of fundraising going on
Yes.
to make sure that we're able to provide the young people with what they need to be provided with.
Yes, we have annually the Dave Thomas Celebrity Cook-Off, and this year it is on August 13th. It is at the Benihana in Troy on Big Beaver, and it is a fun event. We have celebrities there who are serving as chefs. They cook up a Benihana-style meal for persons who have purchased tables or individual seats for the event. We have a silent auction, and we have a great time. So I would like to invite anyone who wants to have a good time and help children in the same process to make sure that they contact Spalding for Children to become a sponsor, a volunteer, provide an auction item, or just come on out and have a great time.
Now, make sure you give us a call here. We're waiting for your calls. I know some of you are out there sitting and waiting. 313-868-4336. 868-4336. We love to hear from you. Now, I hear a phone, but I don't think it's mine. From a distance, I hear a phone. But anyway, do give us a call. We'd love to hear from you what your thoughts are about or questions that you've always wanted to ask concerning adoption. One of the things that I love about Spalding also is that there's a continuous educational program going on.
Oh, yes. Spalding does national training. We have a national resource center and a Spalding Institute that trains people nationally. We have trained over 100,000 people in the United States as well as internationally.
100,000.
100,000.
Okay.
We also provide education for our foster adopt parents. There's a curriculum that we train them in terms of how to parent our children, as well as we provide them instruction on techniques for discipline, the child welfare system, how kids come into the system, what happens to them once they come into the system. So we're all about educating and making sure that everyone knows and understands the process as well as information about the kids that are available.
And once they get into a home, you don't stop right there. You continue to work with the parents.
Exactly. Our case managers come out to the home weekly to make
Mhm.
sure children are doing well in the home, to make sure parents have all the support that they need. And our foster parents continually receive education. They get 24 to 40 hours of training annually after they become foster parents, and Spalding provides monthly training at the agency for them.
Maybe I missed something along the way, but when did adoption and foster care come together?
Well, it used to be that when a child was placed in foster care, they would, the goal has always been to return home,
Hmm.
but when they became available for adoption, they would not consider the foster parents. Well, they soon realized that it is in the child's best interest to have some continuity in how they're brought up. And so foster parents began to be looked at as adoptive parents. And if you're going to consider foster parents, it makes sense that when you license them, that you assess them and you train them as if they were going to become adoptive parents, because you never know. The other
Okay.
thing I want to stress is that we now look at kin, relatives, as a placement of choice.
And that's a good
Mhm.
thing because I never understood why a lot of times when it comes to foster care, they will send them to someone else they don't even know, instead of putting them right within the family. And I thought it would be better. I always thought it was better if you were with somebody that was a relative and that could really foster care you.
And the system realizes that as well. And so
Okay.
now, when a child comes into care, the first place they look is to the family, and they look at relatives to see if they're able to take the child in. And if they are, then the system will support that relative in taking that child in, because we do know, and statistics have proven, that children do best when they're placed with relatives or with fictive kin who, and we all know that there are relatives that aren't blood relatives, but their granny or auntie, that kids do better with people that they know.
I'd like to continue this conversation. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Hey, hey, we are back, and it is a good day because we're talking about being an adoptive parent or foster care. Now, coming up, May is adoptive, I think it's foster care month or adopted child month. Well, I know Addie knows. So, what month is May?
May is National Foster Care Month.
National Foster Care Month.
Yes.
All righty.
And there will be activities there. In fact, for 3 weeks in
Hmm.
May 8th, May 15th, and May 22nd, there will be events in Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb counties. And if persons are interested, they can contact Spalding for Children at area code 248-443-7080.
And the number again, repeat it again, please.
Area code 248-443-7080.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now we're looking for some testimonies out there because I did get one off of Facebook, and I want love for you to give us a call, 313-868-4336. What has been good for you concerning foster care or adopting a child? 313-868-4336. Give us a call. What have we got coming up other than the Foster Care Month that Spalding is doing?
Okay, well, in July, we have what we call an ice cream social, and that is going to be at a water park where we bring our children and their families for a day of fun. We are always looking for volunteers to help us. We cook hot dogs, hamburgers, and because it's an ice cream social, of course, we have lots of ice cream and toppings. We also have at Christmas time holiday party, and we are grateful to First Institutional Baptist Church, who allows us to use their facility and have allowed us to use that facility for many, many years.
I was going to say many years, right?
Many years. And again, we use volunteers. We have, last year we had a group of volunteers, the Godmothers, who covered all the costs for our Christmas party, played Santa, and brought gifts to our youth as well. And so that is another activity that we have for our kids.
So now we know we look for volunteers, and we also look for funding. And if someone wants to fund, how do they do that?
We have many opportunities for people to give. They can give
sure.
online at www.spalding.org. They can contact the agency, 248-443-7080, and ask for Cheryl Giss.
And now you're on Facebook as well.
We're on Facebook as well. They can come in and bring donations. They can mail it to our address at 16250 Northland Drive, Southfield, Michigan. And we accept donations. We accept volunteers if they want to volunteer for an activity. If they want to sponsor a fundraising activity, we do that as well. So we are open to any avenue for fundraising or donations or just suggestions. If people want to call in and they have a creative idea, we're willing to talk to them.
Okay. Now, we look at the challenge of government and funding right now. How is that affecting foster care and adoption?
Well, unfortunately, funding does not cover all of our costs. That's one of the reasons why we do fundraising. Spalding believes that that all children should receive the things not only that they need, but what they want as well. And so one of the things that we have, and Bob Daniels thought up this idea, and he affectionately called it the Underwear Fund. But it's a fund that he personally funded for many years, that we take money and pay for things that other kids get for our foster kids. So we pay for things like haircuts, prom dresses, instruments. We buy designer glasses. We pay for college tours. For our children, we have a scholarship fund that we will pay.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Scholarships or to universities or any institution of higher learning for our children. But what we found for our kids in college that eventually would drop out is they dropped out not because tuition and board wasn't paid for, because it was, but because they didn't have that spending money for pizza. Or they didn't have that money to go to the movies.
They didn't fit in with all the other gang of kids and saying, let's go here and go there.
So we set up bank accounts and we give them spending money as well.
My, that's wonderful.
So that they get what other kids get so that they can stay in school. And that fund is the fund that we pay for those things out of. And so we buy and I'm out of touch now. It was Jordan gym shoes. It may be something else now.
But just say gym shoes, because gym shoes are expensive.
Yes, we buy the gym shoes. We buy the clothes. We pay for the haircuts. We pay for the updos. We buy those things that other youth get that their parents can afford. We buy for our kids as well.
We're going to take another break, and we'll be back with our last segment with Spalding for Children. Don't go away. Hey, we are back, and I'm glad to be here with my friend and my buddy and my colleague, Miss Addie Williams of Spalding for Children. I am so excited that you're here with me today because it's wonderful to be able to give back in any kind of way as to what Spalding does because you guys do some phenomenal things. Now, there was a few things that you wanted to mention before we go off, and that was?
Yes, that first of all, that we have a toy chest. And so if you have gently used toys or new toys that
I like
we
the way she says gently
gently
use.
used, we please feel free to bring them to us. Also, we have a clothes closet. Many times our children will come into care with only the clothes that are on their backs. And so if you have clothes, new clothing, you go out shopping, you see a great sale, nobody in your family can fit it, but you don't want to pass this deal up, buy it and bring it to us. That we need clothes of all size, from clothing from infants up to clothing for teenagers, 16 and 17 years of
Which
age.
is almost like adults.
Exactly, exactly. If you will
Hmm.
please bring them to us, we have a clothes closet that we provide clothing for our youth, as well as we have a toiletry closet where we
Mm.
provide the lotions, the deodorants for our young people as well. And we couple that with education in terms of hygiene education on how to use some of the products. And so if you have any of those things, please feel free to bring them to the agency.
One of the things that we have not talked about, I don't know if we do, being a board member, there may be some people out there that feel like, I don't know about volunteering, but I might want to be on the board. How do they go about doing that, or is that an open thing?
Well, we look for board members who support the agency with their times, their talents, and of course their funds. And
Hmm.
so if there are persons out there who would like to join the board of directors, then they can feel free to give me a call at area code 248-443-7080. We are always looking for board members to help us out.
I appreciate you coming to be with us today. Did I miss anything, or did we leave anything out?
I think we covered just about everything.
Well, I do appreciate you, and I need you to come back again and see us, okay?
I would love to, and I want to thank you for having me on.
Thank you. Stick around. We'll be right back with that healthcare thing. Don't go away. Hey, hey, we are back, and we're talking about healthcare. Go tell somebody because I know somebody out there needs this information. You don't want to miss it. 313-868-4336. 868-4336. Give us a call. You might want to have a little question to ask or an input. We are excited to have with us a young man that's been working with the CARE program, and I'm guesstimating, and I do not want to guesstimate. I'm going to let him tell us exactly what it is and what it's all about, but something to do with Obamacare, I believe. And he is known as Stephen Dave. I got it right that time. I didn't call you Davis.
Yes,
How you
yes.
doing, Mr. Stephen Dave?
Great, great.
And you are from where? Tell us where you're from.
I'm with a marketing firm, referral firm called Envia. I am a independent referral agent. And what I
Okay.
do is I show people how to benefit financially from the Healthcare Affordable Act known as Obamacare.
Now that's a good thing. How to benefit financially from a healthcare thing. Now you know you got something to really say to us then.
Yes, yes. Very excited, very excited. Yeah, we've launched a major project. Our grand opening was this Saturday, May 4th. And what happened was we have what they call an insurance outlet mall. It will allow you to.
I love it. Insurance Outlet Mall. Okay. It'll allow you to do what?
It will allow you to go to a site and you have 8 of the top 10 providers in the world that you can actually get quotes from.
So this is a virtual mall. It's not an actual physical mall.
Correct.
Okay. So now my challenge is, and I say this with a lot of people that come and tell me their websites and all of that, how does that benefit those that don't have a computer?
That's why most people, the libraries are accessible, but hopefully you have someone who you entrust that can help you in those areas. The thing now, most people and most businesses are going green, and the wave of what's going on is, most people just have a handheld device, whether it's a phone, an iPad, and most things are taken from a business standpoint are done on those apparatuses.
Okay, that's true. A lot of people do have those phones that they can, go to the world globe and do a Google or whatever and get all the information as to where to go. But what is the website? Can you give that to us, please?
For the insurance mall?
Mm-hmm.
It's insurance, INSURANCE, outlet, OUTLET, mall, MALL.com.
So that's all one word. You got to spell it all as one word.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And as an independent referral agent, you would want to know my name is Stephen Dave, and my agent number is 1096.
Okay. So now what is so beneficial about what you got to give to those that are listening out there?
Well, beneficial here. If you're not aware by now, you will be in the coming days, weeks, and months. By January 2014, it is said in law that every citizen of these United States must have health care by law. Not saying that you have to pay for it, but you do have to have health care.
So now the mall is set up for those that do not have health care in what way?
Well, we deal on the private exchange, meaning that the president just spoke last week on it, and we wish we could have had him to invite us to that when he done that speech.
Mm-hmm.
And he spoke on the difficulties they're having on how are they going to handle the private exchanges. Well, fortunately, we prepared and positioned and ready to capitalize on that because we have a virtual system in place right now that will allow you to go on a private exchange and make that happen for you.
Give me a scenario as to what that looks like in terms of what you have to offer and me joining you there to get the benefit of it.
Okay, if you're familiar with things like Hotwire, Priceline.com, Expedia, when you actually go to our site, like I say, you will get, as you put in your information, which is basically a 1, 2, 3, you put in, what are you trying to get, whether you're married, single, children, or just children, you will put that in. You will put my name, Stephen Dave, 1096 in those boxes. Then you hit as your prompt to do the rest of the stuff to get a quote, as far as your your state and your zip code. Those are the things you put in. After that, you will be, prompted to get a quote. And
okay,
then
now when you say to get a quote, and let me go back because I thought initially you said that it would benefit me. Not that I would have to pay. I got to pay something here.
Well, the benefit part is what we do. We are a referral marketing firm, which will allow you to be a referral marketing partner. We are brand partnering.
So then are you saying to me that I'll have a chance, you'll show me how to bid on what is the lowest, the highest, or in between, or whatever fits my pocket or what?
Yes, the 1-800 number will do that. Let me put a disclaimer out there. We are a referral marketing firm. We are not an insurance company.
Okay.
Okay. Then the insurance part of what we do is totally opposite what we do. What's going to happen in the coming weeks, months, and the years, the fact that this has become law with Obamacare, people will be referred into insurance. And that's what we do. We refer you to something that you got to have by law, which will allow you to benefit financially. To give you a quick scenario, travel agents have become distinct. Okay, when the internet became available the way it does, there was no need for travel agents. They normally were in your kiosks and your small mall outlets where you would go and do them. They're extinct now because everybody can go to the web and actually get that
and do their own
very excellent quotes and prices for traveling. So what is about to happen is the insurance agents are going to very much get extinct as it relates to the healthcare market also, because everybody's going to get referred into it, because like you said, we are virtual. Everybody's going to be going to a website to get quotes. Okay.
All right. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with more. Don't go away. Hey, we are back. It's a good day. Talking about insurance and what you need. Everybody needs to have insurance. And let me say this, what you got to have, I understand. From talking to Steve and Dave, there is no question that you can be around here without any insurance. And he has set up a virtual office situation to make sure that they can direct you to the right venue to make sure it fits your pocket, I think. Is that what it'll do? Fit whatever your pocket is?
Yes, right. That's why you'll have, several quotes available according to what you put in the system, as far as your needs. Then from there, like I say, you'll be allowed to get several quotes from several different actual healthcare providers.
And you need to do that right away because there are so many of these coming up, so many insurance companies coming up or organizations coming up with their own avenue, their own venue, and probably even more pricey, as well as you need to be on top of everything concerning your health care for you and your family. Now, for those of you that want to call here and ask questions, give us a call. We're sitting here waiting and wanting to give you that information. 313-868-4336, 868-4336. Now, like I said, I'm sure that there's going to be some other companies and organizations doing the same thing that you're doing, and that they need to get on the ground floor to make sure that there are some benefits ahead of time before they wait too long.
Well, of course, one of the things that the marketing firm Envia does is it follows wealth trends. Knowing without a doubt you can get this information anywhere you go on the web or Google it. MSN Money, for one, has said that this is a $1 trillion wealth trend in the next 2 to 5 to 8 years. Okay, and we're talking new revenue. Okay, the insurance industry is already a $1 trillion industry, but with this law becoming law as it relates to the Healthcare Reform Act known as Obamacare, it will allow private entities to be referral marketing firms and actually market to the masses all over this country. We, fortunately, like I said, had a grand opening this Saturday, and we are doing business in 25 states as I speak.
So now let me ask this question. Maybe I'm missing something here. Is this the same as or not the same as privatizing for insurance, or what are we doing here?
Well, I wouldn't say it's the same as it relate to privatizing it. The bigger scope of what we're doing. We're making the nation be more conscious of health and health issues. So if healthcare is a act and the law, this allows people to be on a larger scale attentive to healthcare and healthcare issues.
So now, as you are being attentive to healthcare issues, are you guys also going to provide preventive care, or is that a part of you?
No, that's not a part of us. But,
Okay.
that will deal on the the health side of the doctors and whoever you see as physicians. They will deal with that. But I can say this:
Mm-hmm.
over the years, our system has got taxed from a healthcare financial standpoint due to people using the emergency room as a doctor's office.
Oh my, say that again.
Okay. And one of the special features that we will have with what we do is something called teledoc. And teledoc will allow you to call a doctor before you go to an emergency room so you can get pre-diagnosed and know the appropriate things to do or not to do.
Or not to even go.
Or not to even go.
Okay. That's almost like tell a lawyer.
Yeah.
Teledoc is like tell a lawyer.
Yes.
There is a 800 number you can call and get lawyer advice
Yes.
and knowing which way to do and what to do.
Yes, and that service comes with all of the things that we provide on our insurance outlet mall. That's part of what comes with it. That you will have that access to a 24/7 teledoc.
So now you've only opened since Saturday. Is that what you just said?
That was our grand opening.
That was the grand opening.
Yes, I mean the insurance industry is a very regulated industry, so it takes a due process to get able to do businesses in states.
Well, because I was going to ask you, do you guys have any testimonies or victory stories in terms of, yes, this was good for me. I called and they really helped me. They made it great for me and my family to have insurance.
Oh, well, hopefully that's what we're definitely positioned to do in the near future. That is part of what, our bigger scheme is. We want to have people to understand. If you are a point of distribution for something that is wanted, needed, and by law you have to have, this is why we're reaching out to businesses, churches, and everyone to be a point of distribution. You can go see that the major corporations are already positioning and preparing themselves to do this.
So now, being at a point of distribution for churches or people that want to do that, is there a number to call to find out how to do that?
Yes, you can call me directly, and I will set up a consultation with you and show you how you can actually do that.
So you can go, if anybody calls you, you can come to their church and present it to their congregation.
Yes.
And tell them as a congregation how, and does this benefit them in any kind of way other than them getting insurance?
Oh, yes, economically. We are a referral marketing firm.
Okay.
We get compensation for everyone who purchases a product.
Okay. So now if they start doing the same thing that you do and you refer them to this procedure, do they do the same thing in terms of getting funding?
Correct.
Because this could be another way for a church to do fundraising.
This is a stream, a revenue stream of income that will come every time a premium is paid on policies or a product is bought.
Okay.
Well,
so now I'll give you a number again.
My number is 313-515-3438. My name is Stephen Dave, and the number is 313-515-3438.
And how do we get to the mall?
Go to www.insuranceoutletmall.com. And if you are interested in a product or a actual insurance policy, you would put in my name, which is Stephen Dave, and my number 1096, and that will be the referral into that program. Because if you do not do that, the system will keep kicking you back out.
So now, when you say if you're interested in a product, is
Mhm.
there something other than the insurance that's available on that site or in that virtual mall?
Yes, like I said, we're doing a grand opening, and as each day and week goes by, we're loading things on from a health. Envia is a health and wellness company with a marketing referral firm piece to it,
Mm-hmm.
but also we are a multi-level marketing business model. This is why you can benefit financially from what we do, because you can also duplicate everything that I am saying and doing. That's why when you meet with
So
me,
how lucrative is this for those that's someone out there that's unemployed and looking for a way to make some money or a way to have my own business? Or is it?
yes, it's very lucrative. If you understand anything that you pay into on a monthly basis, this is the same process that we use.
Mm-hmm.
Far as it relate to the healthcare products that we have. I mean, for the healthcare insurance. Just think, if you pay on a premium right now, okay. Quick example, okay.
Okay.
My wife worked for one of the major companies, in healthcare for
Mhm.
30 years. However, if she was able to refer people to that company after 30 years, she would still be getting a residual income to everyone who pays a premium that she actually referred into them.
Okay.
This is what we do. So everyone you refer into there who buy, you earn. You get a compensation bonus for that.
Hmm.
But the bigger part is, if you understand multi-level marketing, you can build a team all across this country that will allow you to have more time, more fun, more money, and do the things that you want to do on a part-time basis.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Hey, it's a good day. Before we go back to talking with Stephen Dave about healthcare and how important it is for you to be a part of it in this hour, for those of you that don't have any healthcare, and there are so many of you out there that don't. So we want to make sure that you're up on this and have the number as to what you need to do. Before we do that and go back to him, I'd like to say thank you to Rochelle Jamil that makes our face and beats our face in place and keep us looking so good and so wonderful. Thank you, Rochelle Jamil. And if you'd like to have her services, give her a call, 313-863-1960, 1930. 313-868-1930. 1930. Why I want to keep putting that 6 in there? 313-868. Oh my goodness. Hello, Ortheia. 863-1930. 863-1930. Do call her as to all her services that she gives from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. We thank you so much, Rochelle. We thank you, Giselle, for being the production, as well as my daughter, my baby. Thank you to Sean for being a wonderful production man back there working the cameras and doing everything that he can do here. Thank you, Henry Tyler and R.J. Watkins, for this is a wonderful place to be, and it is a good day. Go out and tell somebody that. It's a good day. Now, you were saying before we were getting ready to go off, how important it is that people make a move on this and not wait. Because if they wait, then something else is going to come up and they'll be left out.
Well, no, they won't be left out. This Obamacare, the law, which was upheld by the Supreme Court, June 2012, it allowed, there's like 4 people that, some people love Obamacare.
And some people don't.
Some people hate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people don't even know nothing about it. Okay. I've spoke to many people in it.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Because it is what? How many pages? 900 pages or more?
901 pages.
Okay.
And there's one company out there that has said they've read all 901 pages and they know the law, and then they position themselves to use.
And that's all it is that it's 900 pages of the law.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
It doesn't tell you where to go, what to do.
No, it will not.
So now you're bringing something to the table that is going to be a part of it and be a known fact very, very soon, that they'll be talking about this on TV, I'm sure, in terms of national TV.
Sure. Oh, well, they're talking about it now. Like I said, the president.
But I'm talking about in terms of the mall, like you have the mall.
Oh, yes. The emphasis of this back in October, we started out with one health provider.
Mm-hmm.
And as we built a net across this country, we ended up having the providers that we have now because they saw that we were doing. We're marketing. We're the points of distribution. How do you move anything if you don't have points of distribution?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the best ways...
And if you don't market.
Right. And one of the best ways that we've seen over time now to market is with people.
Oh, definitely.
People buy from people
Mm-hmm.
more often than anything. Just think if you went in your basic grocery store and you could refer somebody to your local grocery store and get a compensation for it.
Everybody would be doing it.
That's the enormity of what we're dealing with right now.
And that's the same thing that you do.
Correct.
So now how do we get in touch with you again? Tell us again.
You can reach me at 313-515-3438, or you can reach me at Stephen, STEPHEN, INNVIA.com. I mean, no, this is my email. Stephen,
Okay.
STEPHEN, INNVIA@gmail.com.
And are you on Facebook?
Yes. You can reach me at Stephen Dave on Facebook.
If they have any more questions.
Any more questions?
And the phone number once again?
313-515-3438.
I'd like to thank you for joining us today, Stephen. And we'd like for you to keep in touch with us if there are any updates that we need to look at so we can have you back again.
Yes, my pleasure, and I definitely appreciate you for having me on.
All right. Thank you out there, Detroit. Thank you, Facebook family. Thank you, Highland Park. And thank you all the way to Japan, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Georgia, all of y'all. We love you dearly. See you next week.
It's a good day. Yeah. It's a good day. Yeah. It's a good day. It's a good day. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone away. Gone is that thick black cloud.
The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors.